is hard but honest work. But in Common Ground World, we farm for a greater cause, saving the planet one soil patch at a time. Build an eco-friendly town, leveraging regenerative agriculture and recover valuable soil. Compete in weekly competitions to earn great prizes. Get rewarded for helping to support our ecosystem and your fellow farmers. Eager to learn more? Well, head on over to Gala Games and start playing now.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning,
everybody.
Friday. How's it
Happy
going?
Friday.
Happy Friday. How are you all? How you doing, Farmer Michelle?
Much better today now that I'm not stuck in the airport like I was earlier this week.
Oh, no. I'm glad you made it. How about you, ninjas?
I would just sneak out of the airport, I guess. My super stuffy ways.
Well, I had to get home somehow.
That's right. And Riant, how are you doing?
Hey, doing really good. How about you, Waltron?
Oh, man, I'm good. Excited to be here. Well, thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This is our weekly town hall. We've been doing this since June 2022-ish, right? And, July. That's right. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you're subscribed and you got notifications on and you clicked like and all that good stuff. That way you don't have to ask in Discord, hey, when's the next town hall starting? We are pretty regular, but it's easy to forget, right? So nice to see everybody. Let's do our usual thing and say hello to the people we're seeing online. We got the usual suspects, Edie Lugs, Dubstep, the Captain, Pixie Dust. Hey, Ninja Surprise, I know you. Citizen X, Lazy Lumberjack, with a shout out for the yeehaw. How long have we've had that? Like 6 weeks now, and I still laugh at it every time.
It cracks me
I
up.
do like
It's
it.
amazing. It just goes so well.
It does. Dash Riprock with bringing his repeated GIF every week. Lexel, Smoogie, LV Postman. Oh, good to see you, man. Will Bake. I almost didn't want to say that out loud. And all sorts of. Oh, Ed's Dream is here. And a couple gym members, TSM, NLO. Oh, THC. Oh, okay. All right, guys. Well, Violet and Drew PH. So let's get started. I think we've already shared the link. I'm going to share it one more time in chat. Here you go. And every week you can submit questions. You don't have to do it live. You can submit them ahead of time. We have a forum that Farmer Michelle looks at and shares with us and parses through, and we read everything that you submit. And we want to make sure that you're all heard and that we listen to you every week and address everything. Sometimes if you listen every week, there'll be some repeats because people ask the same questions every week, but we still try to address those. So let's go to headlines. What about rewards, Farmer Michelle?
This week rewards went out for last week's event, which was the Stack Box event, the April Fool's Stack Box event. I hope everybody liked that one. I thought it was a good time. Those are all out.
Nice. Okay. And Mr. Ninja Surprise gave us a good overview of Zeely, why we should Zeely, all that last week. What kind of social media updates do we have?
Yeah, so as you just mentioned before, I just wanted to also just repeat a little bit about why, you guys should check out Zeely. If you guys are looking for other ways to earn some rewards by supporting Common Ground, and if you guys just really love really love Common Ground World and the game, check out Zeely because we have some opportunities where you can earn NFTs on a monthly basis for supporting us and creating content. And we give out NFTs to usually the top 25 participants that contribute the most to supporting us, but it's also just a really fun way to just engage with the community. We also do have special events and contests as well, which is actually what I wanted to discuss a little bit about today. So we're actually working on a contest that's going to be for Earth Day, and it's going to be held on April 22nd, and it's going to be an art contest. So we're going to have some more information about that, but just a little general overview of it. So it's going to be a appreciation for the planet Earth in a sense. And as you know, with Common Ground, we are a game that really focuses a lot on a regenerative agriculture and basically just helping the planet out. So what better way to celebrate Earth Day than with a little art contest here? So we're going to have full details on it, but essentially it's really going to allow you to put your creativity to use. You're going to be submitting us some artwork and showing off your creativity, and we're going to have a really awesome prize for it. So we're going to have full details come through on that maybe around Wednesday next week. So keep your eyes peeled to the Twitter, to our social medias, and we'll have more information about that soon.
That's awesome. So you want it to be non-digital art?
Yes, so it's actually going to be non-digital art. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I love seeing the AI pieces that you guys create, but I really want, since we have a really sweet prize for you guys for this, I really wanted to kind of go that extra mile with this and see how you guys could do with just traditional art. So this means like pen and paper. It could mean painting. It can mean crayons. It's really essentially what you guys could do outside, using traditional artistic means. Just even like a paper and pen is good enough. So just showcase what you guys can do, and I'm really excited to see what you guys can come up with.
That's exciting. Thanks for putting that
Yeah,
together.
definitely. Yeah, what a way to celebrate Earth Day, right?
Yeah. Well, Farmer Michelle, do you have any dire warnings or reminders for our players?
Yeah, definitely. Always be careful of scammers. They're out there. They're in every environment. They're not even just in crypto these days. You get warnings and emails from other companies now about scammers. So be careful in general. If anyone is sending you a direct message asking you for wallet information or any personal information, don't give it to them. They're just trying to steal your money or your information. No one from Gala is ever going to send you a direct message. Definitely, if you are chatting with somebody from Gala and you're nervous, you can always go to the public chat and have them tag you there and verify that you're actually chatting with somebody that you think you're chatting with.
That's so important to remember. We're all only a couple and a half, maybe a few decades into being online, most of us, right? So, all right, well, let's go to game updates. Get ready to hear my voice a lot as I cover the game updates for guilds and then daily challenges and then some recent fixes. We'll go into guilds first. So quick reminder about our plan for this year. Q1, which we're a little overdue for, is guilds. So, a couple of players will remind us that we said we'd be done by the end of March. That's true. We did. We're running overtime. We had some, as you guys have seen, we've had a couple changes. We got a couple new hires. I don't want to go into the details, but it's been a little slower than I wanted. But also, we want to make sure that we're testing everything out. Like we're doing a deep dive on this feature, right? There's all sorts of aspects to this that just weren't able to be foreseen. So unfortunately, that's going a little longer than I wanted, but it's all due to testing and trying to prevent bugs from hitting y'all. We want it to be a great experience. And so on that note, one of the first things that we're doing is tracking the guild ownership. Since you own your property, right, your node NFT, and the node NFT is what determines who the guild leader is, we have to be really careful about monitoring who owns that NFT. And could go into the details if you know blockchain, if you know services and things like that. It's not always straightforward, but as far as our NFT ownership tracking, we're kind of double dipping that. It's not just for guilds, but it's for every NFT. And what that means is we're using the same tech for making sure that when we do daily challenges, so we're getting a double win here, that who owns this NFT and what is this NFT eligible for, that is rock solid. So for example, if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to claim my daily challenge with this NFT and then I'm going to send it to my friend and they're going to use it. We're not going to let that happen. And the technology that stops that from happening is the same technology we're using to track who owns a guild. So our backend team completed their very thorough research on scaling this week. We were doing about 2,300 NFTs per user in our scaling, with thousands of users as the baseline test. We want to, work with a load that's reasonable, and that looked good. And so the median and the upper 95 and 99% of the API calls looked good. So we're clear to proceed on that. So our caching and tracking and all that looks good. There is this concept of inactive guilds. So let's say you run a guild and you have, I don't know, however many members in it, whatever. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to transfer this NFT to my friend. How do you track? I hear your cat farmer, Michelle. It's the cutest little
Sorry.
meow. No, I love it. Your cat's the guild owner. So if Michelle transfers her NFT to her cat, suddenly, if that cat doesn't play Common Ground World, that guild becomes inactive. As soon as she logs in, as soon as her cat logs into the game and becomes a Common Ground World player, yeah, the guild becomes active then. But so we had to put some things in there that are like, well, if you're in a guild that goes inactive, you need to be able to leave it, edge cases like that. So a lot of that is just it's very much like we want people to have a good experience with this. And the more we test it, and find these things, just takes a little bit of work. Next progress on guilds was the node selection. So as you know, a lot of people have lots and lots of these Townstar nodes. Let's say 2 or more at least, right? And you want to be able to pick which one. That's been in the game design doc for a while. So the UI to pick your node is there, and that's just came in, I think, Wednesday. And analytics, because we want to know what you're doing, which features are successful, and which ones are maybe not getting used so much. And for example, when you pull up your guild and you want to edit one of the members, maybe nobody does promotions and demotions. Maybe 90% of the guild operations involve the library sharing the NFTs. So that informs how we should prioritize bug fixes, right? So if only 1% of the players ever deal with promotions and demotions, we're not going to prioritize a bug that impacts we're going to prioritize something that affects everybody. Analytics are in. Some backend stuff. I'll try to get through this a little faster. Some backend stuff for our mocked inventory. We do scaling and all sorts of testing locally. There were some fixes for that. And then guild timers. So like when you take actions, how it refreshes the guild info on your client. Some improvements there, some UI tweaks. I don't know if we covered this, but we have. So y'all probably saw Isma on a couple of these town halls, not AMAs. We have a new art director. His name's Leo. He's super, super talented. So was Isma, of course. Awesome to work with him, and he's ramping up, and he's going to be giving his input on some of the UI. Smaller fixes too, like some operations when you leave the guild, the member list sorting. Now it's going to order it by rank and then by alphabetical order, stuff like that. Next game update, daily challenges. So that's promised for Q2 of this year, and I'm pretty excited about it. Last week we unveiled that we're going to let people, owners of the NFT, earn a percent compared to, and split that with the person who's actually playing the NFT. This overlaps with the guild feature, because that's how you're going to share off, not as a chain operation. You're going to share an NFT, an earning NFT with your guild. So now you have, a strong incentive to join the guild. Like, oh, that guy's got, these earning NFTs. I can borrow them. I can earn. And then the owner of that NFT gets something out of it too. So all of the work around that is we have to be super tight on NFT ownership tracking. Make sure it's fair for everybody. And fixes. So in case that didn't seem to make sense, that was all for daily challenges and the overlap with guilds there. Fixes, there's some more Z fighting. Visual, if you don't know what Z fighting is, just look up examples. There's some fixes on that. There were some data fixes you'll see in our release notes. And there was a pervasive server-side error. Not bad. It wasn't causing crashes or anything, but it was kind of just annoying to me. And we finally got that fixed. It's been in there for months. Not something that y'all would have seen, but it was a deep dive from one of our Godot experts here. And the Noir Hero, I think the fix for that will go live today. I know there was in the Bugs channel on Discord, some people were annoyed at that. So for some people, it wasn't showing up, and for some people, it's showing up twice. So that's been fixed. And stay tuned to the release notes for all the more details. So let's see. Okay, so Q&A. I have a question for you, Farmer Michelle.
Awesome.
Do you guys remember this? All upcase, haunted maze set. If all four replaced, it provides 20, blah, blah. When's it going to be fixed? It's been ages, this person asks.
That had been fixed for quite a while now. I don't remember exactly when it got fixed, but it definitely happened. They are working as intended. We did even share some pictures with the QA team where they shared videos with the pop-ups that showed the speed changing. It's hard to tell in-game while you're watching it because there's so much speed variables, and the speed isn't that big of a boost for how slow some of the animals are. But hopefully at some point we can have an add-on in the game that'll show what the speed of the animals are and what the speed of all the units are, and it'll pop up and you'll be able to see that your boosts are working properly. We do have that on the QA build, and we did show that in the chat to prove that it was working.
Mm-hmm. And thank you for doing that. Yeah, there are things that you can see in our debug and our QA builds that players cannot see. So let's see. Okay, next question. This one's for Riant. There are a lot of NFTs for the game. For example, for Spring Garden, this player had a thought that while this is cool naming for it because of the art, it's not very accurate as what the NFT does. Let Us Stand would be more straightforward. Can we consider renaming things? Because I'm not going to remember this is what the player says, I'm not going to remember in 6 months what a Spring Garden provides. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, in retrospective, maybe Spring Garden in particular could have worked better for honey, for feed, or for nectar boost, like for bees. To be honest, we always want to make beautiful art because we have an incredible art team. Even if the ability we plan for our new NFTs is simple. But yeah, it's an interesting point. We'll try to keep it simple onwards, and so the name of the NFT is really easy to connect to the ability. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good comment.
Yeah. And, once we're through providing all of our promises and all that, I'm hoping there will be room to improve the UI to show things like a proximity overlay and like a effects pop up. Like, what does this actually do?
Mm-hmm.
Quality of life. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Next one's for me. Number 4 here. Question is, with Musashi taking over the Mirandus game, will he still remain the leader of Common Ground World as well? Or will there be a new leader appointed? No changes planned at this time. I still talk to Musashi. We all still do. There's been no changes. So easy peasy.
Yep.
Number 5 is question for Farmer Michelle. Turkey statue. Double feed bots also. There's no question, but I think you can infer.
It's an order.
It's an order.
Yeah, it's not even really a nice suggestion, but it is what it is. That's not how the turkey statue works. That's not how it was sold. That wasn't what it was intended to do. It does double ranchers and ATVs, I believe. But yeah, it does not double feedbots. So.
Alrighty. Thank you. Next one's for Riant. Okay. Oh, it's not a question, but it's more of a response to something brought up in one of the most recent town halls. Okay, buckle in. It's going to take a second. It was mentioned that the team would be looking at improving the functionality of some NFTs that have not sold as well. I have some recommendations, and so on. And they had lots of recommendations about Table of Appreciation, Easy Dough Bakery, Crystal Reindeer, the Trattoria. What do you think about these recommendations?
I think they are great. Well, actually, we mentioned it the last AMA. We want actually the Table of Appreciation be the first reworked NFT, and it's a really good feedback to make the chef faster. Yeah, And I think you guys will know which NFTs we are planning to be reworked. And if you could give us ideas on how to improve them, how to make them more interesting, please feel free to do so. We will let you know in advance when we are going to release the first improved NFT with the new ability, so we can get feedback on how do you guys like the new ability. And yeah, please let us know.
Awesome. Yeah, we do listen, right? So
Would you?
we read all this and we do take the feedback. Um, Next one is for the Ninja Surprise. Ninja Surprise, can there be better rewards, especially for those people in the top 10 in Zeely?
Well, I really was thinking that giving out rewards for the top 25 and that the rewards that were being chosen were pretty good. But as you probably know, if you are one of the active members of the Zealy community, that we do host special sprints, which typically do give out somewhat more valuable prizes than the ones that are given out on a monthly basis. These rewards that are given out to the top 25, which sometimes is extended at times to a certain number of participants, tend to be, already like free rewards for supporting supporting the community. So I think personally, right now, it's the rewards are fine, but we are going to be having special campaigns like this art contest that I just announced today, where you have a chance to win or receive more rewards that could be considered more valuable, more rare than the ones that are given on a monthly basis.
Hmm. All right. Well, thank you for that. Let's see. Next one is about cheating. Concerned, this player. I am concerned about cheating on transferring NFTs from accounts to offline accounts. Have we made any progress? Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. Tracking the ownership that applies not just to, hey, who owns a guild, or have you used this NFT for? Has anybody used this NFT for claiming a daily challenge yet? But it also applies to fast forward. Um, if you didn't infer it from what I'm saying, like that's a work in progress. So we want to make sure that we're very careful with this when it goes live, because it will stop people who are taking NFTs that they got from somebody, not an NFT that you bought in the store. You can use those directly, and we're going to apply the cooldown. In the meantime, we Riant in particular actually looks at the every week, looks at the results, and so yeah, we've made progress. So we'll let you know as soon as these sort of things go live. Let's see, number 9. Is it possible to add info on the leaderboard like hours since last online? Last recorded stars per hour. Is it in the plans to do so? Well, we don't track stars per hour, because that can, yeah, we don't track that. But yeah, that comes up often, and I think that would be a good interim solution. We mentioned it last week and the week before. People would really like to see, hey, the guys above me on the leaderboard or even behind me, who hasn't logged in? It'd be nice to know if somebody's going to jump past me. That would be a good thing, as long as we're going to support offline play, which I think we always will, and the fast forward feature. Speaking of fast forward, question 10 and fast forward simulation. Oh, this is for me also. Does it take into account if the NFTs placed in the town were removed at any time during the offline hours? Also, basically, did you place it, log out, transfer it to your friend, log in, and use it unethically? I'll tell you what, it doesn't. But we can see when you do that. So don't do that. You will be disqualified. So be careful about that, guys. We want you to be able to continue to play this game. And if you are being a sneaky person, there might be some really bad consequences for that. So next one's for you, Riant. When light paper, mostly all
Oh,
games.
yeah. So the light paper is under review not only from legal but also from leadership. So that could take a while. We really thank your patience on this. And considering that after Guild's Daily Challenges is our next feature release, we'll need to have the document released by then. So it's coming up.
Awesome. Let's see. Oh, we have yeah, this is kind of a multi-part question for Riant, and I'll take the first part. Question on the
Sure.
nodes. Will we be able to upgrade them? If so, how? Yeah, that's the plan. The nodes are going to be upgradable by fusing or combining two into one. So that'll actually burn both of them and then replace them with a single upgraded one with that metadata, right? The level.
Correct. Yes.
Awesome. Next question for Riant. Are upgraded nodes going to earn more, let's say dirt,
Right.
than nodes that have not been upgraded?
That's a great question. So, upgrading your node NFT with Dirt will allow you to improve your guild, first of all. Other capabilities are not set on stone yet, but it's an interesting idea that we have considered actually. Though I can't give you a final answer right now until the upgradable NFT's design is 100% approved. That's for Q3 of this year. We will keep that in mind. It's something we have discussed. And yeah, we will let you know the final design when it's finished, which is going to be after daily challenges, that is. And thank
Nice.
you for your patience again. Yep.
Thank you. Last one, also for you, Riant. Which,
A lot of questions.
yeah, which will be all of the exact features V1 will have on nodes, and what are the plans into the future?
Right. So V1 node NFTs uh, will allow node owners to create their own guild, to invite members, and participate together in guild competitions. Right. Also, it will allow guild leaders to lend an NFT, even an earning NFT, that if used by a borrower in to participate in daily challenges, will give the owner a percentage of the point distribution. Right. That percentage can be set by the guild leader. So, yeah, they can lend earning NFTs to get more dirt.
Okay. Last one is a very short win. When can we get an apply all button on the cards? That that's an easy thing, but I kind of say it every week, like guys, we have to be laser focused on our promises. That might make people happy, but much like the ATV fix and whatever, you don't want that delaying the launch of guilds and earnings and all that. So it comes after all of our promises. So let's see. That's it for the pre sent in, the stuff that is sent via the questionnaire, which, if you want that to be read ahead of time, if you want to think about your question deeply, whatever, I've shared that link again, and we'll look at it next week. Now, on to the live Q&A. I think Farmer Michelle's been typing this whole time, right? Chatting about a lot of the live Q&A.
I've been trying.
Yeah. Who didn't want the ATV fix? Enderain asks. Well, let me put it this way. Everybody wanted it, but nobody wants features delayed. So I provided that as an example of saying every bug you fix delays a feature, and every feature that you work on delays bug fixes. So it's a constant balancing act. First one isn't really a question. It's from Lazy Lumberjack. He loves the yeehaw sound effect. It should be put in the game as an Easter egg. I love that idea. Next one, I think Michelle already answered. It was about multi-accounting. And then let's look at some of these other live questions. Michelle, I think you've handled all these so far. Lazy Lumberjack Hall. right, guys, we'll give you a minute to type out your questions here. When can we disable sunrise? After the promises. That's in the quality of life bucket. Enderain. Who would have been upset about feature delays instead of the ATV fix? Well, if you scroll up, you'll see that some of the people draw in MS Paint over top of our chart and add how many days late we are on things. So that would answer your question there. That's one person that represents people who would complain about that. Question about radius. A legendary wheat bonus to surrounding craft buildings. Yeah, that's. I don't know if I'd even call that a quality of life thing, but currently in the game, there's no way to see in the game things like run speed, proximity effect, like the distance of proximity effects, and we really want to see that, but it's got to come after all these other promises. Sorry, guys. Here's one for you, Riant. Probably a no, but I think the Sandcastle NFT is too expensive compared to its functionality. Can the price be lowered further by excluding the movement speed boost?
Oh, that's good feedback. For this occasion, we want to give this structure of functionality. But thank you for your feedback. We are not close to making new Sandy passive NFTs in the future. Like a 2-to-1 instead of a 3-to-1. I don't know.
Yeah. Here's another one from M. Wallen about the leaderboard. So when we find cheaters, that's typically when the competition ends. We do the final pass before any stuff is distributed. By then, we don't edit the leaderboard. We just edit the rewards. Am I representing that right, Riant?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so we don't go through and individually pluck people out of the leaderboard. It's the report that comes out of who won this competition, who was the top placed, all that. And from there we edit. So sorry for any confusion about that. All right. Well, guys, if you have any other live questions, send them in and we will be here to answer them. Well, let's see. Farmer Michelle, are you ready to talk meta and competition info?
Oh, definitely. All right, let me see here. So the next event is selling red lamps. It's going to be new content in the game this week. There's a new building that's being added. It's the art and decor shop. I'll see if I can get the details on that building here. Content. So that building is going to require a regular road, not a paved road. It's going to have an interior designer unit. I believe the walking speed for that is 2, but I can verify that in 1 second. Wages are $650 per minute. It will cast 2 shade. It's not affected by anything. The construction cost on it is $400,000 and 20 wood. Just 20 wood, no lumber, no energy. Build time is 40 seconds, and the destroy return for that is $125,000 if you destroy it. The red lamp ingredients are 1 red steel, 1 regular steel, 2 lights, and 2 copper wire. A red steel recipe has changed from the last time we had red steel in the game, which was, over a year ago now. And it is now 5 steel, 5 energy, and 14 strawberries.
Nice.
C-Dash asking why a lamp would require 2 lights. I've definitely seen lamps with more than 1 light bulb in them. Sorry if you have not. I think that's all I've got for new content. So we got more questions about May Mayhem. We haven't disclosed any of that information yet, but when we do, you all will know. I'm sure there will be a big announcement.
Yeah,
I
think I can leak a little bit about May
Go
Mayhem.
for it. I'm sure they love that.
Yeah, but before the upcoming sale, right after this commercial break, news about the May Mayhem. So the Sandcastle is coming up in a few hours. It's an epic NFT, as you can see here on screen. Look at that.
Oh my gosh,
The art team is killing. They are so incredibly talented.
so cute.
So it's going to be $300 with 800 units available supply. The description is enjoy the beach vibes from your own Sandcastle NFT, providing a steady yield of 3-2-1 passive sandy to surrounding tiles, and the movement speed boost to forklift and industrial workers. And about May Mayhem, so we have several activities planned. We will have extended seats competitions, individual competitions from 1,200 to 2,000 seats, right? We will also have, well, discounts in NFTs, of course, reworks, as mentioned previously, and a special surprise, another companion NFT, another doggy coming up. I will share more details next week probably, but that is all I can say so far.
Awesome. And that's a cute sandcastle.
It's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't see any other unanswered live questions.
No,
I
neither
think-
do I.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ninja Surprise, Riant, Farmer Michelle, and Volcron. Thank you too for being here.
Thank you, Volcron.
Always a good time.
Thank you, Volcron.
Thank you, Volcron.
You're awesome, man.
I hope everybody has an awesome weekend. We love chatting with y'all. Send in those questions and we'll see you on Discord. Have a great weekend. Thanks for
Have a
joining us
great
on this town
weekend.
hall.
Have a great weekend,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Like and
Bye-bye.
subscribe. Bye, guys.